On a 7-yard toss from Danny White to Timmy Newsome, they lead it 7-0. But really the story of this first half has been the Dallas defense. Good afternoon once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Terry Bradshaw. Back in 1966, Terry, the Cowboys sacked a Steeler quarterback 12 times in one game. It wasn't you.
Oh, no.
It wasn't. But they may be endangering Warren Moon's life in this first half.
Well, they've had 6 sacks, 2. They've actually had 8. The fact that we'd said earlier in the program that pressure, they were going to put a lot of pressure on Moon. They've done that, taking them completely out of their game. They have really had no chance at all to get into their offense. You're going to see Hegman, number 58, from the outside, coming in right off the bat in the first series of downs and making the sack. Jeff Coach finishing up on the outside. They've done this continually, and this has nothing but bad effects on the quarterback, because what Moon, as you look at here, is in total frustration. The fact is that he'll start dropping back instead of reading the coverage downfield, doing his job. He'll start to say, hey, I don't have enough time, I better get rid of this baby, or he'll start making incorrect decisions, which are going to lead to more turnovers and eventually more sacks, more than likely.
7 today already. That is the official count. There have been so many and a couple wiped out that we are settled on 7 for minus 58. What kind of adjustments can that offensive line, albeit filled with the number 1 and 2 draft choices for the Oilers, can they do anything they haven't done?
Well, you know, when you have this,
pray?
Well, no, you can do a lot of things. The thing that we have not seen Moon do is get a rolling pocket, set up and roll outside. So maybe in the second half, to avoid Too Tall Jones and Jeffcoat and White, maybe they'll get a rolling pocket and get him outside. Right now, keeping him in the pocket and throwing these 10, 15, 20-yard passes downfield is getting him killed. And the thing that's so ironic about this is that Moon told us to stop Too Tall Jones, and then we're going to throw short passes. Today, I have seen no short passes thrown.
In contrast, the Cowboy offense has done about as we expected. They have kind of plugged along against a sometimes tenacious Houston Oiler defense. 7 quarterback sacks for the Cowboys. Total yards so far, 149 to 70. And the Cowboys have 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. All of that has led up to a surprisingly small 7-0 Dallas lead as we get set for the second half here in the Astrodome.
Who has by Allstate for home, auto, business, health, and life? You're in good hands with Allstate.
We're back for the start of the second half. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. Warren Moon, a battled, wearied Warren Moon with 7 sacks, will be back at quarterback for the Houston Oilers. The Cowboys will receive to open the second half. 6 of 13 for 97 yards, but 3 interceptions in the first half.
Actually, you know, in the first half, there were a lot of big plays that Warren came that close to making, and it was only because of the pressure that the defensive front of the Cowboys put on him that kept them from making big yardage. And in the second half, I would expect them to continue doing this. We'll see how they try to handle the front. Vern?
Lee Johnson will kick off for the Oilers. The Cowboys have John Williams and Robert Levette deep. A couple of unfamiliar names to longtime Cowboy fans, I'm sure. Levette is the rookie. Williams out of the USFL. This is Robert Levette from Georgia. Squirms it up to the 23-yard line, from which point the Cowboys take over first down and 10. Coming up this Saturday on CBS Sports, some of you will see the Michigan State-Iowa clash, and others of you will watch Arizona State against UCLA live at 2:30 Eastern Time next Saturday. Iowa under Hayden Fry off to a quick start. They demolished Iowa State yesterday, and Arizona State knocked off Southern Cal last night. Those 2 games, either of which you will see. Check the local listings for the game in your area. Here's Danny White, 6 of 15 for 78 yards and 1 touchdown in the first half. Dorsett spilled at the 27-yard line. Cowboys will open up with Chris Schultz at left tackle, to Glenn Titensor, Tom Rafferty, Kurt Peterson, and Jim Cooper in the offensive line. Dorsett now 5 yards away from his first 100-yard game of the year. And they were going to spell him rather, with Robert Levette, but Dorsett has been in there the whole way, just about. Second down, 6. Newsome, the motion man. White looks for Cosby. He has Cosby. Field block supplied by Newsome, and Cosby out of bounds at the Oiler 41-yard line. That is a gain of 32.
This is an excellent job this time by Danny White of laying the ball over the defender to get it into the hands of Cosby. As you see, he comes around, and there's the ball barely over Bostic, 25, the strong safety. Now he's trailing. Now look at the block by NEWSOME as he comes back and tries to help out and spring Cosby to go all the way for a touchdown. Good throw by Danny.
Fred Cornwell has come in now to the Cowboy lineup, number 85. He lines up tight to the left side. White on the half roll. Drills it for a diving Cornwell, who makes the catch and a first down at the 28-yard line.
This is good pass and catch. One of the hardest things to do. They always say that throwing to a quarterback, throwing to the right is easy, but for me it wasn't. That time Danny led Cornwell perfect. He made the catch and then avoided the big hit that time by Steve Brown as he came in and really tried to deck him.
White off to a good start in the second half, has hit his first 2 passes, and the Cowboys have a first down at the Houston Oilers 27. They lead 7-0. This will be Dorsett. Starts through and is tackled near the 20-yard line. And that puts him across 100 yards. There's the record. You want to read it?
39-2 every time Dorsett has rushed for 100 yards or more. Evidently, that's not bad, is it?
That's like saying the Steelers were 46-3 every time Bradshaw threw for 4 touchdowns.
I guess. Which never happened.
Second down 3. 12:44 to go third quarter. Cowboys on top 7-0. Mike Renfro, the motion man. And he may have been in motion as NEWSOME gets the handoff. There's a flag down. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. It might have been NEWSOME who cut upfield too early. Nope. Well, we've got the option here. Holding or motion. Longtime associate Jim Myers to the left of Tom Landry. And Jim Schaffner to his right. Here's the call being.
Illegal use of the hand, number 64. Second down.
Now they got the Cowboy center, Tom Rafferty. He is the old man of that line now. Rafferty in his 10th year, having replaced John Fitzgerald, who in turn replaced Dave Manders. Total offense overwhelming in favor of the Cowboys, but they now have a penalty and a first down, or rather a second down and 13. Dorsett. Ray Childress with the tackle. And that will bring up a 3rd and 12.
You know, talking to Tom Landry, as we take a look at Childress, their #1 draft choice out of A&M. There's Coach Landry. He was telling us, he said, boy, these guys pursue. I mean, their linebackers pursue, their ends pursue, their tackles pursue. And he said, we've got to do a lot of fancy stuff to really counteract their pursuit. That time Childress all the way across from the blind side makes the tackle.
3rd and 12. Blitz is coming. And Cosby goes down to the turf to make the catch. If it stands, it's short of the first down. And that may mean Rafael Septien will get his 4th chance of the game. The catch is good.
Once again, you're going to see Danny White standing in there as he sends Root coming around, but Bostic 25 is blitzing from the offside, and White has to unload the ball to his safety valve. 84 Cosby was way short of the first down as Bo Eason was all wrapped around Cosby that time. Now we got Septien in here, and we've got to wonder what's going through his head.
What if they might try a fake field goal? I don't think so, but Rafael, as you saw, has missed 3, and this will be a 40-yard effort, middle of the field. Blocked in the line, but there are flags down.
Offsides, Houston.
Offside, that will not be enough for a first down. And Septien can't believe it.
He's taking a deep breath. Says, what else is going to go wrong today? You know, when this stuff's, boy, when it starts rolling down that mountainside and gathering moss, I mean, it is a tough rascal to stop till he gets all the way to the bottom. Maybe he's at the bottom. Who knows?
Offside, number 24, 4th down.
That is Steve Brown, who came across the neutral zone. Take a look at the play.
There you are, type left of your screen. He comes offside. Now they're going up inside. I can't see the number, but it's Sinsrud, number 67. He's got a real nice nickname.
Mungo.
Mungo.
Septien gets it 5 yards closer, and this time the kick will come from 35 yards away. Bogaboom will hold. And Landry will watch as only he can. The shackles have been loosened. Raphael Septien finally finds the area. And the Cowboys have increased their lead to 10-0. Who aren't fond of indoor stadiums, but then there are times when all of us are in unanimity. There is a heck of a thunderstorm going on outside, but we're nice and dry in the Astrodome. The Cowboys go 60 yards in 7 plays. Key was a pass to Doug Cosby, and Raphael Septien gets the field goal. He's now set to kick off. Steve Tasker and Willie Drury are the deep men for the Oilers. I'm not sure it was an intentional squib kick, but squib kick it was, and Tasker's got it. Number 80 from Leote, Kansas. And he gets it back to the 24 where Bill Bates made the tackle, which is no bulletin. Let's watch Bill Bates in action on the special teams, Terry.
Well, this is something I never had the good pleasure of performing on with specialty teams, and thank goodness I didn't. But Bates is this guy was the all-pro special teams guy. He goes down through there, filters his way through, come out of Tennessee where you learn how to filter your way through everything up there and makes the tackles. Been doing it for a couple of years now and doing it better than anyone in the National Football League.
10:38 to go, third quarter. Oilers' first offensive set of the second half. Hand off to Mike Rozier. In Philadelphia, the Eagles are at home to the Giants, and Paul McFadden has just kicked a 41-yard field goal to break a scoreless tie. I told you the Eagles were resurgent. You didn't believe, oh ye of little faith. I'm in a state of shock myself. Second down and 7, 10:05 to go, third quarter. Moon has had a long afternoon. Steve Tasker has come in as a wide receiver, wide to the left. Quick flip out to Tasker, number 80. Bobbles it, holds on. That's his first catch as a professional. Ron Fellows, number 27, made the tackle.
It's one of those little passes that, you know, we were talking about earlier that is designed primarily to get the ball out to a quick receiver. You got corners that are playing off, which Stalling said our corners will play off of these people. You pop it out there to him, he misses, you make him miss a tackle, and you go all the way. That time they picked up, what, 5-6 yards? Now we got a 3rd and 1.
9:30 to go, third quarter. 3rd and 2 officially. And Moon is in the cockpit. Dutton stiffens him, Larry Moriarty, but he might have gotten enough to move the chain. .34 yards on the day on 8 carries for Moriarty. And that's a first down, 10, Houston. Leads at 8:55 to go in the third quarter. The blitz is coming. Rohr was knifing in from the outside, and then Jim Jeffcoat made the tackle on Mike Rozier. I think Rozier might have had an inclination to head left and then had to cut back because Rohr was blazing in from his linebacker spot.
That was a good time by Rohr, blitzing coming from the outside. He crashed down in, knocked the guards off, and forced Rozier back up inside. He didn't give him the two-way go outside. He forced him automatically back into pursuit.
In his first year as a starter, having replaced the now traded Anthony Dickerson. I tell you, they're poets down here. A lot of Cowboy fans in the Houston area. Second down, 11, and Moon back to throw. Into the flat, he's got a man open. The catch is made by the tight end, Jamie Williams. Michael Downs with the tackle. That is short of the first down. There's a much-traveled Jamie Williams, drafted in the 3rd round by the New York Giants 2 years ago. Cut, acquired by St. Louis. Played about 4 games, was cut at the end of the year, acquired by Tampa Bay because they were having contract problems with Jimmy Giles. Never suited up at Tampa when Giles signed. and came here as a free agent and is now firmly installed as a starter. 3rd down and 4. 7:30 to go, 3rd quarter. Moon drills it. Great catch. Drew Hill.
He's gone.
The Cowboys said they feared Houston's speed. Now you know why.
This is one of those 3-step and fire. Get rid of the football. He perfect timing. Drew Hill beats Ron Fellows inside. Now he sets up the safety, cuts outside, and it's a foot race. And believe you me, no one is going to catch this man.
Tony ZENDEJAS on to try the extra point. A 57-yard toss. Moon to Hill, and the Oilers are right back in the thick of it. It's 10-7 with 7:20 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Been a long time since the pom-poms were in force here in the Astrodome, but they distributed 55,000 of them today, and now Lee Johnson will kick off for the Oilers, who trail by only 3. Robert Levette will come out from 3 yards deep in the end zone and gets it to the 21-yard line, as Jeff Donaldson is downfield to make the tackle. 4th round draft choice of the Dallas Cowboys, who shined in preseason. Hasn't had a chance to play much once the regular season got underway.
Let's see what effect this touchdown pass to Drew Hill has on the defense now of the Oilers, who have, you know, they hung in there all day, put a lot of pressure on the Cowboys. Now we got a 10-7 ball game. Let's see what effect this has on the offense also of the Dallas Cowboys, whether or not they remain to be conservative or try to attack the young secondary.
Danny White has hit 50% of his passes. He's 9 of 18 for 132 yards. Dorsett over 100 yards in the game. White to throw on 1st down. Deep left side, has a man. A flag is down on the near side of the field.
Steve Brown, you got Mike Renfro down here on the right side is pointing his finger at Steve Brown, number 24, saying, hey, this guy's all over me. Throw a flag, and they did.
Personal foul will be called on number 24 of the Oilers. There is Steve Brown. And he and Renfro were having a bit of a tussle 50 yards away.
Number 24, 1st down.
They've tied it up. Jess Atkinson, who has been hired to replace Ali Hajashik, who's on injured reserve, has a field goal for the Giants, and they're at 3-3. That was a 49-yard field goal by Atkinson. Our score 10-7 with 7:05 to go 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, Dallas at the 45. Renfro in motion. Inside handoff, Newsome. And he is spilled as he gets near the 48-yard line by Steve Brown. Newsome now with 3 carries for 9 yards. He has the touchdown for Dallas. It came on a 7-yard run. .6:35 to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd down, 8. White with time pops it across the middle. The flag flies on the far side of the field. Dorsett got the catch, and Robert Lyles with the tackle. Procedure call against the Cowboys. Boy, there have been a lot of flags today.
Well, there have been. Vern, we've had face mask flags, offside.
Illegal formation.
All that is
2nd down.
Is people lining up on the line of scrimmage and not off the ball, and you've got a lot of those things happening in a football game that's played as hard as this football game is being played by their defenses, especially. There's a lot of things going on out there that are going to have flags in games like this, and we're seeing a lot of them today.
Gary Hogeboom, backup quarterback, had just signaled in the play to Danny White. Second down, 12. They fake the screen left. Now White rolls out and fires it up at the 50-yard line. The catch is made by NEWSOME, and that will still leave them 5 or 6 yards short of the first down as Avon Riley, number 53, made the tackle. Word from the Cowboy bench is that Jim Jeffcoat, the defensive end, has suffered leg cramps but may return to the game. First half, the Cowboys with 153 yards to 72 for the Oilers. Houston has come back with 74 in the second, but 57 of those came on the one big pass play. Warren Moon to Drew Hill. Now third down and 6. 10-7 game. 5:45 to go third quarter. And the Oilers are coming. Across the middle, too high. And Brown almost took Tony Hill's head off. It'll be fourth down.
Well, Danny had him, and he knows he had him. It's just a case where he just rushed the football a little bit. He knew they had the blitz on. He knew he was going to get hit, and he fired the football, anticipated probably a little bit too soon, and he had Hill wide open going across the middle. Could have been a big gainer, but he threw the ball too high. You can tell the frustration on his face. He said, I knew I had him, doggone it. I just rushed it. I knew he was going to get hit, but I just threw it too high.
Now Mike Saxon on to punt to Willie Drury. And these tenacious Houston Oilers have hung in here and trailed by only 3. Bush blocked it. Number 94. And Mike Q came up with a recovery.
Well, I tell you, in the second half, the Houston Oilers have taken this game in their own hands and say, we're going to make things happen. We're going to get the big plays. We're going to create the turnovers. You've had them in the first half, Cowboys. They come in here now and they get Cush inside, make the block punt, and then a Q picks it up and gives the Oilers the ball. There it is coming from the outside. Number 94, boy, he just gets in there and nobody stops him.
Woolfolk to the outside. He's got great speed. And he drives the pigskin inside the 20 near the 16.
You heard the old word momentum. Well, Mo's jumped all over Houston's back now. They come around on a play they couldn't get anything out of in the first half. Now they turn around and throw it to Woolfolk and around side. He goes for 8 yards.
There is Mike Q from the University of Hawaii, where he did not play his senior season because of injuries. As a matter of fact, was a draft choice despite having caught only 10 passes in his entire collegiate career. Second down and 3. Moriarty spins and is driven down after a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 2.
We're fighting for the pride of Texas here. 2 Texas football teams. Now we're starting to see some fights. Moriarty out there picking fights. Lockhart picking fights.
This is only the 3rd time these 2 teams have met here. The first time was in 1974. It was a bitter defensive battle then. Dan Pastorini took a heck of a shellacking by the Cowboy defense, and Dallas won that 10-0. And Dallas won here in 82, 37-7. So despite the proximity of the 2 cities, they haven't played that much in regular season. They meet every year in preseason play. 3rd and 2. Oilers trail by 3. Larry Moriarty. Jeff Rohr and Gene Lockhart makes the tackle, but not before, I don't believe. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. Well, they have not so indicated yet. Yes.
Yes, first down.
Dallas led 10-0. When Drew Hill caught a 57-yard touchdown pass to make it 10-7, and Frank Bush blocked the Mike Saxon punt. Moon, Mike Rozier dropped for a loss at the 15 by Dexter Clinkscale. the strong safety.
Well, they had a safety blitz on that time, and Klingscale comes up on the outside. He is the containment, and the lineman can't get out in time to seal him and kick him out of the place so the running back can cut inside. Klingscale's out on the strong side. As you see the turns, he tosses to Rozier. Rozier cuts back inside, and there's 47. Klingscale's waiting on him. You're going to see a lot of blitzes down here because what they're going to try to do is keep you out of field goal range, keep you from scoring, and they're going to put everybody they can in your face.
Moon to throw. Drew Hill slipped on the baseball area around home plate. The Astros play at home here tomorrow night. So we are in the baseball configuration, and he slipped in the dirt.
Well, I never understood why they don't cover up all those gaps. This is the craziest looking thing I've ever seen. We got second and third base, pitcher's mound, and when I used to play down here, they used to dig the hole out and put a big old plywood covering over and put some AstroTurf on, and you could go bouncing around this place. Now it looks like something you ought to be riding horses on.
Third down, 13.
Blitz outside.
Moon has been sacked 7 times.
Now they check out of it.
Not this time. Almost picked off. Ron Fellows just about had it.
One of the toughest teams to throw touchdown passes on inside the 20-yard line is the Dallas Cowboys. I know, I've played them so many times. I know how hard it is to figure out where the double coverage is, where the blitzes are coming from, what the tendencies are of their corners inside or outside. It's extremely difficult. They do a wonderful job of confusing and disguising their coverages. It's almost impossible sometimes to figure out what to do with it.
Now Tony Zendejas, you saw his figures for the year, 4 out of 6, and this for the tie from 33 yards out. We're tied at 10. The Cowboys are arguing about it, but it stands. We're 10-10. If I was a gambling man, I'd place money on the fact he's not a jogger.
That guy graduated from Texas Lutheran.
8 yards and 7 plays after the block punt. Zendejas with a 33-yard field goal, and Lee Johnson getting ready to kick off. We are tied at 10 with 2:42 to go, third quarter. Levette will grab this at the 4. And is finally knocked out of bounds near the 27-28-yard line. Coming up tonight on CBS, all new edition of 60 Minutes. That'll be followed by the season premiere of Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury, and then a highly acclaimed special starring Kirk Douglas, Amos. All of that tonight on CBS. We are in the Astrodome. We're tied at 10-10. Chicago, Jim McMahon has thrown another touchdown toss. He has also caught one from Walter Payton today. Kansas City blowing out Seattle. St. Louis doing the same to Green Bay. First down and 10. White will throw on first down. Left side. Mike Renfro has the grab up near the 35-yard line. In front of Patrick Allen.
I tell you, you can see the change as it comes over. Now Renfro goes out and makes a simple hook. Danny does a fine job of popping the ball in there. And then instead of having one defensive back around him, Vern, what do you see? 3. So it's gang tackling.
Second down and 4. And New England still leading the Raiders by a count of 20-14. That's in the third quarter. Second down and 4 with 1:54 to go, third quarter. 10-10 ball game. Pitch out, Dorsett going left, gets a block from Newsome, and will be close to the first down spot. Robert Lyles made the tackle. Now let's go to New York for this update with Brett Musburger.
Well, Vern, here's how the Giants went ahead of the Philadelphia Eagles. It'll be Sims to Bavaro, and for the rookie from Notre Dame, his first touchdown watch, he just does hold it long enough. Extra point is good, and it's the Giants over the Eagles 10-3. Let's go back to Vern and Terry.
Bavaro, of course, is the man who replaced Zeke Mowat out for the year with an injury. 10-10 ball game. There is Randy White on the sidelines. Looks like he's played a little today.
Well, if you told someone that had never seen this place, that we're playing indoors today, they'd never know that about the mud and the grit and grime all over Randy White's uniform. But yeah, that's the Astrodome. I played here many a times, and I've seen conditions like this. And You know, I prefer having the roof off and kicking it outside in the mud and the rain.
Cowboys need that much for the first down. They are only 1 out of 9 on third down conversions in the game. And they will go with 3 tight ends. Fred Cornwell comes in, number 85. And Brian Salonen, who alternates as linebacker and tight end. Number 89 is in as a third tight end. Third and about 2 inches. 10-10 ball game, 1:35 to go third quarter. Salonen, the motion man. Dorsett, I don't know.
I tell you, it's just gonna, if they want them to have it, they can mark it there. But from what I'm seeing this, there's no one moved. It doesn't look like you got an inch out of this.
And if he didn't, do you kick or do you go for it?
You're asking me.
Uh-huh.
Well, the way that
you're not the conservative one.
No, I'm not, but I would definitely punt the football. I wouldn't.
Would you?
I wouldn't take a chance. No, not as well as they're playing, and things aren't going well for your football team right now. I'd get the football out of there and kick it down the other end of the field. There's your first down.
Lost yardage. It'll be 4th and a foot. And that is exactly what Tom Landry has in mind as he sends on Mike Saxon, who had his last punt blocked. That one didn't work. 4th and a foot for the Cowboys in a 10-10 ball game with 70 seconds to go in the third quarter. Willie Drury drifts back to the 20, waiting for it. And Mike Saxon will kick it away. No rush this time. Saxon sends it high, but not terribly deep. Fair catch by Drury at the 20. A 41-yard kick, 4.8 hang time. We remain tied at 10. Final 46 seconds, third quarter. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw from the Astrodome, where the Houston Oilers have fought back with 10 unanswered points in this quarter to tie things up. Jim Jeffcoat is on the bench for the Cowboys. And John Dutton retains his spot at left tackle. Kevin Brooks has come in, the #1 draft choice of the team. He is occupying Jeffcoat's spot at right end. On first down 10, Warren Moon, the quarterback, has been much more effective in this third quarter. They keep it conservative, and look at the quick opener to Larry Moriarty. Michael down, saved a bunch. He's feisty.
This is one of those quick traps. Moon's going to turn around. You see the guards and everyone. It's just where they pile everyone down. Tackle goes down inside that time. That was Randy White, 54. He went in towards Romano, so the guard took him on down inside. And Moriarty read it, came off his hip, and got big yardage that time.
May not have time for the last play of this quarter, as the Oilers have shown a lot of spark here in the third quarter. That's the end of the third quarter with our score, the Houston Oilers 10 and the Dallas Cowboys 10. We now pause for a word from your local station.
Sponsored by Miller Beer. Miller, made the American way since 1855. And by U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
Back for the final 15 in the Astrodome. The Oilers with a first down 10 at their own 32-yard line. Score tied 10-10. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. Handoff goes to Mike Rozier to open the fourth quarter. Terry, have you gotten a sense that Houston has gotten a little more conservative in their game plan?
Well, you said conservative a while ago, and Moriarty breaks for 13 yards. Conservative also when you say a short pass, but short passes go 80 yards. No, I don't think they're conservative. I think they sense momentum has switched to their side. They have the intense level right now, and they're taking it to the Cowboys, and their line's coming off the ball and blocking them, and they're running the football. And if they can do this, they will eventually set up time for Moon to throw the football.
Second down and 8. Second half, less than 100 yards by both teams. Here's Hegman on the blitz, but Moon gets it rid of it. And Rohrer tipped it, then fell backwards and couldn't hang on. And that will set up a 3rd and 8.
came out this time and tried to do a little pass, set up a little play action pass. They'd been running. They had the time. Hegman was coming from the outside. Moon steps up and tries to dink a little pass over to center, and a good job by Rohr from the outside linebacker spot. Doggone near intercepted the thing.
Hegman, meanwhile, coming on the blitz, injured on the play.
Hegman put me in this position one year in Super Bowl when he came inside and stole the ball from you. Stole it right out of my arms. I mean, I had to bring in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember some bad things.
But the object of the game is to hold on to it, right?
Well, that was the object, but he's a lot bigger than I am.
Looks like you'd be all right. As Cowboy trainer Don Cochran was quickly out there to assist him and position Dr. Pat Evans. They accompany him off to the sidelines. Bill Bates comes in as the linebacker now on 3rd down. And 8. 14-18 to go in the game.
Excuse me, Vern. They're bringing Bates in because they're anticipating the fact that they want to get the football. They, being the Oilers, want to throw the football to Woolfolk, and so they're going to bring Bates in, and he's going to isolate man-to-man on Butch Woolfolk coming out of the backfield. If he can't handle him, what they'll do is come in with another defensive back, and then they'll double him. So they've got a game plan, and they're anticipating now that the Oilers will try to come out and try to hit him with the football. So we're going to bring in Bill and let him cover him man-for-man all over the football field. There's Bates right there. Got to be proud of his volunteers yesterday. The job they did on Auburn.
Oof, did they?
The quarterback at Auburn was a kid I used to sit on my lap, Bobby Walden, and rock him to sleep in Pittsburgh my rookie year. Now he's a big old 6'3", 190-pound kid down in Auburn and doing a good job, a freshman.
Meanwhile, Warren Moon gets set to bring his team up for a 3rd down and 8. Dennis Thurman was talking about Warren Moon and their friendship yesterday, and he said Moon is testimony to a man who refused to give up on his dream. After he graduated from high school, he was recruited by several Pac-10 schools who wanted to make him either a defensive back or a wide receiver. He said, no, I want to be a quarterback. So he went to junior college. Don James at Washington says, we'll give you a start at quarterback. He went up there and started for 2 years. The NFL wanted to draft him as a wide receiver or a defensive back. He said, no, I'm a quarterback. So he went to Canada, played up there for a few years, and then signed a $6 million contract in the NFL as a quarterback.
Not bad.
Blitz intercepted, picked off by Ron Fellows. That is the 4th interception by the Cowboys in this football game, and their 13th of the year. The blitz set it up. It was Dexter Clinkscale in the face of Warren Moon.
You almost have to anticipate this is exactly what the Cowboys are going to do. Is Victor Scott inside, Bates is coming inside, and 47 Clinkscales from the outside. 3 safeties blitzing, leaving man-for-man coverage out here. There's no way in the world Moon has time to set up and throw the football the way he can throw it. Once again, he tries to make something happen, and Fellows, number 27, steps inside and intercepts the ball.
The Cowboys opened the season with 6 interceptions at Joe Theismann. They have 4 off Warren Moon this afternoon, and they have the football at the 19 in the tie game. Dorsett, not much there. Just a quick recap of scoring. Dallas went on top on a 7-yard toss from Danny White to Tim Newsome in the 2nd quarter. But Raphael Septien missed 3 first-half field goals. It was 7-0 at the half. Septien then hit in the 3rd quarter to give Dallas a 10-0 lead. Drew Hill caught a 57-yard touchdown toss from Warren Moon to make it 10-7. Frank Bush blocked a Mike Saxon punt. Field goal by Zendejas made it 10-10. That's where we are right now. 2nd down, 9. White to throw, 3-step drop. Going in the end zone for Dorsett. Incomplete. Coverage by Avon Riley, who was right with him.
Avon Riley did a heck of a fine job. You've got to realize that number 33, Dorsett of the Cowboys, is isolated man for man on Avon Riley. He's got him inside in the top right of your screen, folks. He's trailing. Actually, Avon is trailing Dorsett, and there's the football, and his left arm just accidentally knocked the football away, or else Dorsett had an opportunity to make the touchdown grab.
Cowboys are 1 of 10 on 3rd down conversions, and they face a 3rd and 9 right now. Word from the bench on Hegman, just shaken up. We'll be back. Blitz. White reads it, hits Hill, drop. Threw the pass before Tony Hill made the cut. There's a flag down as well on the far side of the field. Motion call. Dallas will be declined, I'm sure.
Illegal motion, right side of the line, declined. 4th down.
So once again, it's Raphael Septien, who is 1 of 4 in the game.
I've seen a lot of football games where big plays are created by blitzes, but I've never seen a game where so many blitzes have caused so many things happen. I've never seen two teams blitz so much and really in my entire life.
This one from 36 yards away. Gary Hogaboom will hold.
Hit the crossbar.
We're still tied at 10.
Where I come from, folks stand proud and tall. They'll look you right in the eye. A place where pride is worth a whole lot more than money can buy. Where people care about their family. Where laughter is sincere. Where your word is your word. A friend's a friend and Miller's the beer. Miller's made the American way.
Being acquired as a free agent, this is the first time Raphael Septien has ever missed 4 field goals in a game.
Well, one thing I saw right there was the seams were right on his foot, Vern. The laces were right directly on his foot. And the holder's responsibility is to get the seams away from his foot so he can kick the leather so they won't slide off. So I would say that time that the holder didn't get the ball turned around. That's not to say that he shouldn't have gone on and kicked it through the uprights.
Oilers have it. 10-10 game, 13:20 to go. Warren Moon hands it off on the draw play. Mike Rozier. And a quick gain of 16 yards.
Hugh Campbell told me, he said, I don't play Rozier that much because he's kind of limited in what he can do because of so many offenses that he's been involved in. But this is a good example that time of Williams coming down inside, giving the lead block. There you see Dutton, he's lead blocks on Dutton. Now it's just a foot race. Number 26 Downs misses him, and Walls comes over number 24 and makes the tackle.
First down 10, Houston. Up the middle, Larry Moriarty runs right into Randy White. And then Ed Jones completes the play.
You got to ask yourself, what's this football team going to be like when you have Rozier that knows the offense and is ready to contribute to the football team? When Moon gets his receivers and the line gets healthy, you've got to see an outstanding football team developing here in Houston.
Hugh Campbell in his 2nd year. My goodness, how much more confident he sounded when talking with us on Saturday morning than he did a year ago when we were here. 2nd down and 8, 10-10 ball game. Blitz. Rozier hit at the line, driven down. It'll be 3rd down and 9, or perhaps 10. Gene Lockhart, who played his collegiate ball at the University of Houston and is a happy young man with a brand new contract, renegotiated.
You know, we've talked about blitzes, and I said I've never seen so many, and I want to explain. Blitzes take away the gaps. There's no place for a runner to go. He has to go outside, either trap him. If you pitch deep, there's no place to go. Blitzing creates problems for offensive lines, and that's why we're seeing so many of these today.
3rd and 9. Let's see if that's what the Cowboys have in mind here. Doesn't appear so. It is not. But the rush is coming nonetheless. And they finally get a struggling Warren Moon down. That is the first sack of the 2nd half. And I said no blitz, but Bates was there.
Well, Bates coming does not create a blitz because everyone else is dropping off, and they're sending 4 people, which is not unlike having a 4-down lineman. He was just an extra lineman that time, so you don't count him as a blitz. You're going to see an offensive line this time of Romano and Schumacher and Munchak, the left guard, doing a good job. There's no one open downfield. Sometimes you can call plays that are designed for zone coverages, and sometimes you call them for man, and just the opposite. And this could be the case that the Oilers had that time.
Twin safeties for the Cowboys to accept Lee Johnson's great kick. Gonzalez at the 19 and darts out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's a 48-yard kick, and officially nothing on the return. Tom Landry in search of his 246th victory. Jim Myers looking on, who has been with him since almost the beginning. 11:21 to go in the game. 49,686 on hand today. A full house watching the Cowboys and the Houston Oilers meeting for only the 5th time. The Giants have gone on top of Philadelphia by 7. And the Raiders lead New England by 1. We're tied at 10. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. 11:21 to go in the game. And Danny White, quick step, fires in the flat for Cosby, who has the ball and is knocked out of bounds by Keith Bostic, the strong safety, number 25. St. Louis pounding away at Green Bay as the Cardinals are about to go 3-1 in the young season. And Kansas City over Seattle. How about that?
That's a surprise. I really thought Seattle had one of the better teams this year. Well, maybe coming off Monday night's loss.
And then having to travel. And Chicago has been all over Washington since falling behind 10-0. Second down, 7. 10-10 ball game. 10:43 to go. White in trouble. Gets rid of it. Hits an Oiler right in the back. It's Robert Lyles, number 93. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Then he's coming back, and he's got Dorsett coming out of the backfield, trying to get an option route to him where Dorsett has the option of going outside or inside. But you can tell here he steps up inside, is knocked down by Childers, and then hits Lyles right on the back of the head with the football.
Cowboys are 1 of 11 on 3rd down conversions. Blitz coming. White going deep left side. Incomplete. Robert Abraham defending. Intended for James Jones. And Patrick Allen was also there.
It's a deep pass against. It was just the opposite of what they had earlier to Dorsett when they were trying to hit him on the other side. Now they come back with Jones on the left. Abraham isolated man for man. You couldn't have a better situation, Vern. Once again, the ball was thrown there. Jones got his hands on it, but when he hit the ground, the ball bounced out.
Mike Saxon has had 1 punt blocked. Willie Drury, the rookie, is back to return it. He waits at the 30. That punt block set up the tying field goal in the 3rd quarter. They're coming again. Saxon gets rid of it. It's a dandy kick. Chases Drury all the way back to the 18. Gets by the 1st man. Gets by the 2nd. Does not get by numbers 3 and 4. Fred Cornwell made the tackle with help from Bill Bates. A 54-yard kick, but 15 on the return. Coming up next Sunday on the NFL on CBS, many of you will see the San Francisco-Atlanta game as the 49ers seem on a roll now. Philadelphia takes on New Orleans and other areas of the country. And Minnesota goes out west to take on the Los Angeles Rams. That's coming up next Sunday. Check the local listings for the time of the game in your area. 10:22 to go. 10-10 ball game. Warren Moon so far is 9 of 20. He has been sacked 8 times. Intercepted 4. He has been sacked 9 times. And this time it's the Cowboys' #1 draft choice, Kevin Brooks from Michigan.
They are just really giving their tackles. Left side, Harvey Salem, 73, was the first game he's been back. He played a little bit last week. And then Bruce Matthews, 74. This time it's going to be Matthews, 74, as he sits outside. There's Jones doing a good job. Jones swims around him, but on the inside, Dutton comes in, and Dutton gets a hand on him. And then Kevin comes across on the outside and puts him down. Kevin Brooks, number 99.
2nd down and 14. Draw play. There are whistles, however, so let's start it over. And a flag on the far side.
Hey, you try quick screens, they don't work. They blitz, they don't work. Then you try draws, they don't work. What works? You know,
Cross guard, left guard. Second down.
You can read Warren's mind and say, what do we got to do to move the football? Give me time. He doesn't want to jump on those, hey, come on, guys, give me time. But he wants them, they can look at him. He's picked himself up off the turf 11 times. 2 of them call back. And they're seeing this, and they're saying, hey, we got to give this guy some time. They're doing their best, but, boy, nothing has worked. The Cowboys' pass rush has just been too much for the young offensive line today.
Now David Ponder, in his first year with the team, number 97, has come in replacing John Dutton defensively for the Cowboys. 2nd and 19. Stunts by the defensive line, a deep drop by Moon. Good downfield coverage. He can't find anybody open. Wings it. He's got a man. Tim Smith, first down. What a marvelous job of waiting by Warren Moon. A 23-yard gain.
The first time they came out, they did a little draw to slow things down. Now they come out and they run a pass. Now look at Moon. He has plenty of time. He's plenty of time. He searches the field. No one's open. Now he comes outside. Jones is forced inside. He moves. Smith says, come on, get outside. Smith jumps outside. Moon throwing on the run, something he does very well. And he said, I want to do more of this. He told Cam, hey, look, you know, I have my ways of telling them when I want the offense to change.
They overcome a 2nd down and 19, and they've got the ball as Rozier gets the handoff and plunges over left tackle across the 50 to the 49. Jeff Rohr made the tackle. 9:18 to go in the 10-10 ball game. There's the Yaley, only the 2nd player from Yale to play for the Cowboys, and the first, you might recall, was a man named Calvin Hill back in 1969.
Well, he got to Yale. I think he went from Tech to Yale, Louisiana Tech, because the guy has a pet snake and says he likes to hit. Those Yaleys don't talk like that, Vern.
2nd and 7, 10-10 game. Moon draw play, slips it to Moriarty, breaks a tackle, and moves the ball down to the 46.
You can see things have changed now. They sack Moon. Now they come out. They get Moon outside on a scramble, 23-yard gainer, overcome a 19-yard loss. Now they come back and they hit Rozier 5 yards, and then Moriarty 5 more yards. So you can see this thing as it builds up on the Oilers side and goes down on the Cowboys side.
3rd and 5, 8:25 to go in the game. It's 10-10, Houston and Dallas from the Astrodome. Warren Moon is now 10 of 21 for 189 yards. Jamie Williams starts in motion, and the clock had just about wound down in 30 seconds. And Moon calls timeout just before it had expired.
That's one of the problems you have when you have all that wiggle stuff there on the sideline, and Moon has to turn around instead of concentrating on what he wants to call and seeing a guy, hey, they're waggling stuff in, Vern giving them all this stuff, and it slows them down, and they get up there, and now they don't have time to execute a play.
Some of you, as we have said, will see Philadelphia, New Orleans, and others will watch Minnesota and the Los Angeles Rams. We're in the Astrodome for this 5th meeting between these two teams. Houston has never defeated Dallas here. Series goes back to 1970, the first time these two teams played. The Cowboys won in the Cotton Bowl 52-10. Landry, of course, was the coach. Craig Morton was then the quarterback. They played here in 74. Dallas won 10-0. Then they met in 79, the only Oiler victory, and what a great one that was. Thanksgiving Day up at Texas Stadium. Earl Campbell went nuts. Dan Pastorini had a good day, and the Oilers won it 30-24. And then the last one was 37-7 here in 82.
Good shot of Hugh Campbell there talking to Edwards. You know, the thing I said earlier in the broadcast about pushing buttons. He brings in Rozier. He brings in Moon. They get Hill into the offense. They get Wolfolk in the offense. They get Jamie Williams in the offense. He said, this year, I'm more comfortable because, and we get Childress in the draft, because I have more buttons to push. I have more weapons to work with.
See which button he pushes now on 3rd down and 5 with 8:11 to go. 10-10 game.
That's beautiful, Vern, where you set that up.
Blitz. Victor Scott. Moon reads it. Got the first down plus. Blitz Wolfolk. A gain of 26. And Warren Moon did a great job of reading the blitz. His lineman picked it up.
You're going to see Victor Scott, 22. This is a blitz they've been running all day with Bates, 22 and 40. This time, Edwards come up. Now, he engages and knocks Scott off just enough that gives Moon enough time to hit Wolfolk with the football. Now the defensive back falls off. Now you got a big play. This is what happens. Feast or famine with the blitz.
1st and 10. Houston 10-10 game. 7:30 to go. hit and dropped. He gained nothing. Randy White, number 54, made the tackle.
Going back to that blitz, that's one of the things that's so all day long for three quarters, 3.5 quarters now. We've seen them set the Oilers back, set them back, and now in a big drive they come up with the blitz, and what happens? One little key block, and boy, we got a big play.
Raiders still lead by 1 in the 4th quarter. Green Bay trailing St. Louis by 19, and Kansas City over Seattle. We're tied at 10 at 2nd down and 9. From the Cowboy 20, Moon with a handoff. And Larry Moriarty doesn't pick up anything. It'll be 3rd and 9. Clinkscale was there with the tackle. Moriarty a little slow, more than a little slow getting up. Hasn't done so yet. The Oiler trainers have come out to help minister to him. 51 yards on 13 carries so far. He's a real fire plug in that backfield, a very emotional player. Coming up next Sunday on the NFL Today, a feature on Eric Dickerson called Dickerson Sweep Right. It's his favorite play, and he runs it about as well as anybody in the league. Boy, what a testimony for preseason conditioning he gave last Monday night.
Don't be fooled by that, because Eric Dickerson is you know, they're thoroughbreds, and then there are thoroughbreds, and the guy's in a class by himself. But I give 3 or 4 more years when he gets in there, 27, 28, 29, and that'll be a different story. He's just a rare cat, Eric Dickerson. But there's something else you have to realize too, that in about 3 weeks we'll see how that conditioning plays. Easy to go out there and do it the first day in training camp, but that 4th and 5th day, or that 4th and 5th game, will be the telltale signs of just how much missing that camp has meant to him.
Moriarty's okay. He trots off. And the Oilers have a 3rd down and 8 from the 19 with 6:32 to go in the game. Score tied 10-10. In contrast to the Cowboys, 1 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. Houston is 6 of 14. Cowboys burned on the blitz last time on 3rd down. See what they've got in mind this time. Everybody in tight to protect against the blitz. Moon lets it go for the corner. Incomplete in the end zone as Braun Fellows had perfect coverage. It'll be 4th down, and Tony Zendejas comes on.
They kept everyone in that time, including their backs, put their backs up inside in case they blitz, and only sent out Hill and Renfro that time. I mean, Hill and Smith, 83, sent 2 receivers out, kept everyone else in the block to give Moon time to throw the football, and still there was no way for him to get open.
Zendejas, 2 years in the NFL. Huge signing bonus from the Washington Redskins, who cut him and kept Mark Mosley. He has replaced Florian Kemp as the kicker here. 5 of 7 for the year, both misses in the Redskin game. This will come from 37 yards out of Steve Tasker's hold. No good. It's catching. There is a kicker's contagious disease flowing through the Astrodome.
Hold on tight, let it flow, feels so right, here we go. Honda ATV gets ya where you wanna be. Honda ATV gets you where the fun is.
Honda makes a complete line of ATVs for doing all kinds of things, especially having all kinds.
Tony Zendejas, who was acquired in a trade for the Redskins before the regular season, is now 1 of 2. That's a little bit better than his counterpart on the opposite side, Rafael Septien, who is 1 of 5. And as a result of all those miscues, we are still tied 10-10 as Danny White leads the Cowboys up from their own 20-yard line. James Jones and Dorsett are in the backfield now. Mike Renfro starts in motion. Play fake. White rolls out, pulls up and lobs the pass to Jones. who completes the grab for a gain of 6 yards. And Mike Stensrud made the tackle.
Good job by Danny that time as he came out with a little counter play and they had pressure on him. He had a short valve guy and he just popped it to him before the guy got in his face. Anything now to keep the ball moving downfield, 3 yards, 4 yards, take anything you can, and did a good job that time of releasing the football before he was sacked.
Got 6 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The clock shows 5:35 to go in the game. 10-10 tie. White is now 14 of 28. Cosby, the motion man. Dorsett gets the pitch out. And a block from James Jones. First down, Dallas. That freed Dorsett to come around the right side. Bo Eason, number 21, made the tackle. Dorsett now with 112 yards on 20 carries.
The best way to attack an aggressive football team that likes to pursue is to go right at them. That time, that's exactly what the Cowboys did. Just a simple pitch. Jones leading up inside on Lyles, and then he cut back inside, and Abraham had to make the stop.
4:50 to go in the game. 1st and 10, Dallas operating from their own 32-yard line. Deep right side. Good coverage from Steve Brown. And the pass is overthrown and incomplete, intended for Tony Hill. Word from the Cowboy bench is that Timmy Newsome is out of the lineup with a twisted knee and is not expected to return. In many ways, it's been a calmer year for Danny White, who went through the turmoil of the quarterback controversy last year, but told us last night if this season was going to be anything like a year ago for him, he might have considered walking away from football. He discovered that there was more to life than this game.
The most important thing he said, though, he believes that he's a better football player and a person because of what happened to him last year.
2nd and 10. Pitch out. Dorsett almost caught behind the line.
Johnny Meads, you know, there are impact players, which is the big term now used in sports. But there's impact players and there's impact players. And this time Johnny Meads comes flying across, knocks off everyone, forces Dorsett back inside. And then Donaldson, 31, comes up, makes the stop.
Johnny Meads has taken the place occupied for so many years with such distinction by Robert Brazile, whom you said a year ago was the toughest linebacker you ever faced.
Well, he was. He was crazy. He was fearless. He was big. He was fast. Just an outstanding linebacker.
The Cowboys have been woeful on 3rd down conversions, and they've got a big one right here with 3:55 to go.
Now they're faking the blitz.
Everybody move but Rafferty.
But just by looking at Danny, I would hesitate. There you are. I was going to say, by looking at Danny White's reaction, it has to be against the Cowboys.
False start, number 62, 3rd down.
One of the things that Danny White told me that I found interesting, Vern, in talking about him was the fact that he said, I wish we had our offense of 2 years ago with the defense we have this year. We would be Super Bowl contenders. Not that they won't be, but he felt like with that offense and this defense, they definitely would be.
3rd and 17, 3:35 remaining in the ball game. 10-10.
Bostic blitzing, backside, got him.
Just as White let it go.
Bostic runs right over 23, James Jones. Jones really was caught off guard and didn't expect Bostic to come. He delayed it, fired across, and got to White just as he was releasing the football. 25 right in the center of your screen. Now see Jones now. He says, oh, there's my man. He reaches out and gets behind him. He's too late. And there, Bostic gets to him. Good side. Also good pressure coming from the inside from number 56, Robert Abraham.
Mike Saxon is on to punt. Keith Bostic still on the special teams. Willie Drury waits for it at the 33-yard line. Line drive kick. A very poor kick. Drury at the 40. Slips and is driven down at the 46-yard line. Ricky Easman, number 42, made the tackle. A 37-yard kick, 8 on the return. It looked like a low liner to right field. And the Oilers take over with 3:20 to go in the game. For now, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York for this NFL update. Looks almost as crazy as our game. Here's Moon in trouble. Ed Jones got him. That's 10 times he's been down today.
Ed Too Tall Jones has played as well a game as I've ever seen a defensive end play. Played against him so many times, but he is literally wearing out 74 Bruce Matthews, who makes no attempt whatsoever to cut him off and force him out wide, gives him the inside lane. And for a guy like Too Tall Jones, if you give him inside lane, he'll take it and make a sack, and that's what he did.
Cowboys 2 away from the NFL record, and they've had 2 wiped out by penalties. 2nd and 15, Moon hit from behind. The blitz got him again. This time it was Bill Bates and Dexter Klingscale.
For those of you sitting at home and saying, well, this job is easy, and these guys right here playing, boy, I believe I could do that. But you see the pounding that Moon has taken today, and the many looks that the Cowboys have given him to confuse him with the sacks and the blitzes. And then you have a different perspective of the job the man's trying to get done. And it's hard to do it by yourself. You've got to have the help of the other 10 guys around you. It can't be done by one man, regardless of his $6 million price tag.
3rd and 15. The Oilers go with 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right side, 1 left, 2:56 to go in the game. Cowboys are blitzing. They're sending 5. That's 11 sacks in the game. Dexter Klingscale.
You could cut out this entire game and cut out the blitz reels, and you can see everyone coming inside, engaging. Klingscale's coming outside. They're just engaging these people and confusing the young line, and someone's coming free. What you're seeing, if one of these guys pulls out and takes Klingscale's, then Bates or Scott, they're free. So it's been I think it's been one of the most brutal lessons in how to handle a blitz as I've ever seen.
Lee Johnson on to punt. 2:25 to go in the game. High kick by Johnson. Leon Gonzalez calls for the fair kick.
It hit him. Cowboy.
There's a scramble at the 25, and Dallas has recovered.
You never know when big plays are going to happen on special teams, big passes, tips, fumble recovers, and even in a play like this where the ball hits the ground, it hits a Cowboy trying to run away. A big opportunity for the Oilers to recover and have the ball on the 25, and now they don't.
Tom Landry said at his press conference on Tuesday in Dallas that he wasn't really thrilled with the idea of having 2 men back there. He'll be less thrilled after today. Everson Walls comes up with the recovery. And the Cowboys take over with 2:15 to go. 10-10 ball game. Dorsett, he's got some room. First down at the 43.
Good job by the inside. Schultz, the left tackle. Titans or 63, the left guard. The center that time, Rafferty. All of these guys closing down inside, giving a good lane for Dorsett to come pick his spot. Off tackle, off guard, and it bounces outside. It's a good job that time. You're going to see it again. A little misdirection. Fake to Jones. Give off. Now you got 61 pulling around. Cooper coming around from his tackle spot. And everyone else is sealed off inside. Dorsett does the rest.
Stops the clock with 2:10 to go in the game. The Cowboys and Oilers are tied at 10. Dorsett now with 128 yards on 22 carries. Mike Renfro in motion. Play fake. White with time this time. Lobs it deep. He's got James Jones out of bounds with the catch at the 32. Make it the 33.
Play action once again to fool and hold the linebackers. And while you're doing this, slip James Jones out. Now you see Avon Riley misses him. Now he picks him up late and tries to run down there with him. Too late. Jones has got him beaten. Downtown, 91 Meads is trying to catch up. Good pass by White. Good catch that time by Jones.
That's a 35-yard catch by James Jones. Al Levan, the running back coach, said of James Jones, he's got the heart of a lion. Out 2 years with a blown-out knee. Came back this year. Threw a touchdown pass to Danny White last week. Dorsett skips, breaks left. He's got a downfield block. He's inside the 5 and down at the 1. And Tony Hill laid the block that got him free downfield.
These are things you don't coach what you're fixing to see, folks. He's inside right, nowhere to go, cutting back to the left side, nowhere to go. Now you just have speed, that God-given talent. Now Hill's trying to make a great effort of blocking for Tony to get in the end zone. Does a good job. Great effort by Dorsett.
1:56 remaining in the game. The Cowboys are on the lip of the cup. Just in case. Second down and goal from the 1. Dorsett is back in the lineup. The Cowboys again with 3 tight ends. Salonen being the 3rd. Inside handoff. There's the touchdown toss. And it's Fred Cornwell, as Terry Bradshaw predicted.
They get people down there on the goal line. They shoot their outside corners. They shoot their inside linebackers. They stuff the gaps. And then you come out with a play action and you hold the corner. And the man that's covering the tight end, and it's 9 times out of 10, doggone it, they're always open. I don't know why, but we're going to watch it again. Play action, inside dive. Everybody fills up. Where's the ball? There it is, out in the flat. 85 standing out there all by himself. Fred Cornwell, touchdown.
Raphael Septien on to try the extra point. That would give the Cowboys a 17-10 lead with 1:47 remaining in the game. Septien hits it.
Well, the way he's kicking those extra points doesn't look like there's anything wrong with him. He pops them right through, bounces, runs around the field, slapping hands with everybody, so it doesn't seem to be bothering him. So why should we worry about it, huh?
I'll bet he's worried about it, though.
I bet the man in that hat's worried about it.
17-10 Dallas. There's Crawford Kerr. He's going to be a long-time starter, and probably soon for the Cowboys. 280-some pounds out of Florida. That was, yeah, 280 yards. Probably has a 22-year-old daughter, too.
Probably does.
And Raphael Septien. 1:47 to go in the game. Dallas has 3. Houston has only 1 timeout left. Danny White with his 2nd touchdown toss of the day. That was a 75-yard drive in 5 plays.
Well, those are the things that White will give the offense of the Cowboys if they continue to do as Tom Landry says and run a conservative ball control. He will give them the leadership. He's been there. He can handle it. He's just done it again, proving once more that he can do the job.
Squib kick taken by Steve Tasker. Oh, is he dangerous. But this time gets it to the 30-yard line, from which point the Oilers take over with 1:41 to go in the game. Tackle that time made by Robert Levette. Hugh Campbell.
I'd like to have a high plusher valve stuck on those tackles' arms right now. 74 Matthews and the other side Harvey Salem. They've had these guys coming at them all day long when they didn't know they were going to pass. Now they know they're going to pass with Jones and Kevin Brooks, number 99. So wouldn't you like to know how they feel now?
There's Dorsett talking with Dr. Pat Evans on the left and Ken Locker, the Cowboys assistant trainer. Back to play, 1st and 10. Fumble, scramble, and we'll see.
Cowboys are saying it's their ball.
Officials, I think, have indicated it's the Oilers' ball. And the clock continues to wind down with 1:34 to go in the game.
That's with the 10 fumbles, quarterback center exchange. Those things just not supposed to happen with 1:25 left.
Moon is back. Hit as he lets it go. Incomplete up at the 45-yard line. Sacks so far in the game, and there have been 11 of Warren Moon. Randy White has 2, Jones has 2, and Victor Scott has 2. The rest have been spread around 1 each. 1:20 remaining, 17-10 Dallas. Got a post-game show coming up, and we'll have scores and highlights from around the National Football League here on week number 4. Cowboys are at New York next Sunday night. The Houston Oilers continue their murderous schedule. They have to travel up to Denver. Cowboys, as a matter of fact, are the first opponent that Houston has met this year that was not a division winner last season. Moon is back with time, going for it all. Clinkscale waits on the ball, and it's incomplete. Dennis Thurman was also down there. It'll be 3rd and 11.
It's one of those passes where you just send everyone down on the right, kind of a, a mini version of the big bend. Maybe call that the little bend. And Warren just hung it up there and just said, well, let's get a pass interference. Maybe something good can happen. It happens to everyone else. Why won't it happen to us today? But no good.
There was also an infraction, illegal motion on the Oilers, declined by the Cowboys to set up a 4th down and 11. Brad Wyant says start the clock. 4th and 11. And the Oilers have only 10 men on the field. Here comes Ed Jones. Moon gets by him. Rolls out, being chased, and lets it fly. Incomplete. And the Cowboys take over. It was Kevin Brooks who was applying the pressure. And now they say that Moon was out of bounds back at the 25-yard line. And if so, that might count as a sack, which would be the 12th sack of the 13th sack of the game. The 12th sack of the game. And would tie the Cowboys record set by them back in 1966. So Dallas takes over at the 25-yard line.
Well, Moon is experiencing some of the growing pains of so many young quarterbacks with high expectations have already gone through. He's coming in from Canada. This is a whole new ball game, and he wants to win. He wants to win now, and it's an absolute, totally frustrating thing to have to go out there and be planted on your back 13 times.
Houston can stop the clock. They have 3 timeouts left. Danny White drops to one knee. And we're at a 1 minute and counting. There is Warren Moon. Been a long, long afternoon.
Well, it has been, Vern, and if you're sitting down there and by him and you can read his thoughts, he's going to say, what's it going to take, for us to win? What's it going to take for us to be able to get our offense in gear? What's it going to take to have time to throw? There you'll see a little smile. It's almost a smile of, relief that it's over with, that we can go home and regroup. But, you go through all those doubts and worries and everything. And like he said, it's a chemistry thing where it's just going to take time. That's all it's going to take now. Just time for everyone to learn this system and get together and start believing in themselves.
For the day, 11 of 26 for 215. Big throw was a 57-yard touchdown toss to tiny Drew Hill. And then the Oilers came back with a blocked punt and a field goal from ZENDEJAS to tie it up at 10-10 in the 3rd quarter. Had a chance to take the lead, but ZENDEJAS missed his 2nd field goal attempt. And for Ed Jones, what a satisfying afternoon this must have been. But what a great pro is standing next to him, Drew Pearson.
Well, he told us yesterday, he said, I'm going to get after these guys. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to turn it on and go get them. And that's exactly what he's done. And I mean in grand style, too, Texas style.
See if the Oilers use one of their timeouts to stop. No, they're out of timeouts, so they cannot stop the clock again. By the way, a quick word relative to the newest grandfather on the Cowboy coaching staff, Gene Stallings. His daughter gave birth to Catherine Marie, right? 4 days ago. The executive producer of CBS Sports NFL presentation is Terry O'Neill. That'll be the final play of the game. Today's game was produced by Charles H. Milton III, former AAU heavyweight boxing champion of Texas, out of Highland Park a few years ago. Directed by Andy Kindle. Our associate producer was Mark Wolf. Field technical manager Stu Meyer, and our broadcast associate Steve Shear. The Cowboys drive 75 yards. Big pass from Danny White to James Jones. A big run of 31 yards by Tony Dorsett. And then the touchdown toss of 1 yard. Danny White to Fred Cornwell as the Cowboys win it by a count of 17-10. Stay with us. Coming up next, the NFL Today postgame show.